Well, I assume I'm live. Hello, everyone. My name is Ashewyn. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for making this bonus run happen. I am very happy to bring you Dark Souls today. During Frost Fatales, honored to be here. I will let you know that it is very late night here in Sweden. It's or early morning to say 2:58 a.m. I'm a little cold. It's very cold in my house right now, so I'm hoping I warm up as I get into this game. But thank you for having me. With me today to run Dark Souls, I have my commentator Charlie. Charlie, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Charlie. I have also been running Dark Souls 1, except the remastered version, and now I'm here to commentate Astron.
Yeah, nice to have you here. So there's a few things that I kind of want to go over before we start this run, just to be able to break down some important things so that you're aware before we jump into it, but I'll do a countdown when we're ready. So we're doing Dark Souls today, not just any version of it. It is the Prepare to Die version. It is the original version before the remaster came out, and we're playing this on PC. The important things that you need to know is that there is a move swap glitch. It's a weapon glitch that is really vital to my run, which is why I choose the Prepare to Die version of the game versus the remastered version. I need to break down the character creator for you all today before we get into it, but we are running any percent, so it's going to be a fairly quick run, so you might want to pay attention because it's going to go by really quickly, and we're going to take you through every part of the steps that we go through. We are specifically choosing the female sex. Oh, wait, hold on. Before we do that, host, spef, we need to actually choose a character name. I know we had like an incentive for that, and I think Li Chaton was winning last I checked, but do we have an update for that?
Yes, so the final is that Li Chaton did in fact win.
Awesome, that's great. She did so great in the last run. I'm so happy for her in her run. All right, so our name is going to stay as Li Chaton. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for that. We're going to go with the sex female. This is really important because I want to demonstrate today a easier, more beginner-friendly version of any percent. There is more difficult setups for a lot of glitches, but I want to show something a little bit more accessible for people in case you want to ever try Dark Souls out and dabble in speedrunning. I wanted to show out stuff that could be a little bit more accessible for you to pick up. So the move swap glitch will actually be easier with female and is not possible with a male character just because of some stancing differences between them. So that's why we've gone female. We've also selected the class warrior because it gives us the stats to wield the weapon of choice in this run, which is a Black Knight Greatsword. We're going to see that later. And we've taken the gift of a master key because I'm also going to do a slightly more accessible Blighttown navigation, which is a Blighttown plunge. Normally, the best speedrunners in the world would do Blighttown skip, which you never see a second of Blighttown. But I'm going to do something slightly different. So the master key is something very important to this run. So like I said, this is not like world record route or anything like that. It's just a bit more accessible, but it's still pretty fast. Other than that, that's pretty much everything that you need to know about the character creator. Everything else is pretty much cosmetics. With that, once I press OK here, and hopefully get my splits off as well, we are going to start the run. So I'll do a countdown here for everyone. It's going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, here we go. So first thing we're going to do is unequip this body piece that we have on us because it actually slows down our movement speed as we run. In Dark Souls, like, the equipment that you have actually affects your movement speed and your roll speed, and we just want to be able to move as fast as possible. We're starting off in the Undead Asylum here in Dark Souls, where our task is to kind of navigate through the world and choose if we want to rekindle the flame or set the world into chaos, which is actually an ending choice incentive that we have for this run. And so we need to navigate through this prison and release ourselves from it by defeating Asylum Demon. And then we'll head towards our first objectives of the game. But right now we're just kind of running through Asylum, picking up some essential items that we're going to need to face off our first boss.
Yeah, so we're gonna go through the Asylum, and once we've escaped the Asylum, our first goal is to ring the 2 Bells of Awakening, which will let us progress in the game. After the Bells of Awakening, we're going to get the Lord Vessel from Einor Londo, and then instead of defeating the 4 bosses required to finish the game, we're actually just going to head straight to the final area using a fun skip called Wrong Warp.
All right, so I picked up the weapons that I'm going to need for the little first part of the game, including the first boss. I also talked to Oscar here to pick up the healing item, the Estus Flask, and the key that we're going to need to access this door. We have some hollows here that are pretty annoying to deal with, but I'm going to try and bait them out by rolling onto this debris and moving to this wall. Hopefully, ooh, this one's asleep. That's good. All right, that's fine. Head towards this frog gate to see our first boss. We're gonna do a never mind. We tried to do a jump attack there. We still got the double hits.
Yeah,
we tried to do a jump attack. Yeah.
It's really important to get that double hit because it deals an extra like 100 damage roughly, and just requires us to deal less hits once we're down there.
Right. With that, we've gotten the key to escape our cell, the asylum. And we can head on to the first objective of the run, like Charlie said, is going to be the ringing the bells of awakening. We're now going to do quit outs. You sometimes see that in Dark Souls speedruns, which is faster for in-game time, but since we're using RTA strats, we are not going to quit out of the game unless absolutely necessary or for any specific setups. So, where are we, Charlie?
We've arrived in Firelink, which is essentially the main hub of Dark Souls. We're going to see it every once in a while here as we progress. And Ash is just going to make her way through to the Undead Burg, which is filled with more and more hollows that can be a little bit of a pain. But with stamina management and some dodging, we can easily avoid them, hopefully.
Yeah, it's very much running through the enemies. Killing them is slow. We can weave between them. And only in some instances will we actually need to kill them. If we need souls or if they're blocking our way. That claw of that drake there is Hellkite Drake. We're going to be seeing them very soon to grab a nice little weapon from their tail. But for now, we are going to go to the Undead Merchant because we need to make some shopping choices here. A firebomb, a rapier, a short bow, some arrows, and we're going to do a menu glitch here called a prom swap, if I can actually get it. I don't know why it's not going through. That's very interesting. Maybe my cursor is slightly
Do you have
off.
Your cursor?
No,
yeah.
it's in place, but it could have been slightly off. There we go. All right, and I also actually forgot to purchase something here, which I think we didn't get the rapier. I thought I confirmed it, but probably not all the way through. Funny how it's like not working now. That's actually really strange. I generally don't have this issue.
Yeah, so for the prompt swap, you essentially want to have your cursor hover over the arrow at the top left, and then you swap between the items to essentially be able to buy more than you can afford.
Right.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I actually just had my select another wrong item, but we actually got the purchase there. 166 leather gauntlets, which you shouldn't be able to normally do, so we bought things that we don't normally have souls for, with things that we do have souls for. And we stored a negative quantity for a glitch that we're about to do as well, as Charlie is going to explain. If you want to go ahead, Charlie. Oh my god. This is nightmare level hollows right now.
Yeah, they're not letting you pass.
Well, I made a mistake because I didn't switch my controller layout there for prom swapping to my regular one, so I healed instead of moved, which I'm sure anyone who knows the speedrun knows exactly what happened there.
Yeah. So the negative brightness dupe that we're going to see Ashwyn perform here soon is essentially overlaying our brightness menu with our inventory menu, and that lets us then select the item that we want to dupe, and for some reason we get to select a negative quantity, and then once we press initialize on the brightness screen, we magically get a positive amount of twinkling titanite. You're about to see this here. As you can see, very faintly in the background, you could see the inventory there. And now we have 99 twinkling titanite shards, which is enough to upgrade our final weapon to +5. Yep. And we're about to enter the Taurus fight.
Yeah, so we equipped a resin on our short sword here because Taurus actually is weak to lightning, and hopefully if he behaves, I can stagger him and end this fight rather quickly.
Very nice.
Some slight menuing memes there for prom swap. That is the least thing I expected to actually happen in this run, is just to have some prom swap memes, but that's all right.
At least it's something fixable.
So this is Hellkites. Charlie, if you want to go ahead and explain what's happening here so I can focus, that would be lovely.
Yeah, so we've used some humanity, and now we're going to snipe Hellkite Dragon down. Then we're going to apply gold pine resin to our sword so we can easily chop off his tail to get the...
Nope. I missed the tail cut. I went too far forward. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, that can sometimes happen. This is a really tight segment. You have to perform 3 actions very, very quickly.
Yep.
So Ash is gonna snipe her down again, and then we're going to see the tail cut this time, and that's gonna give us the Drake sword.
We might see the tail cut here. We might have to load a file if things go wrong.
No, you got
I'm
it.
going to skip the soul pickup
Yeah.
because I don't want to risk dying to it. We're gonna have to back that soul up in another way. It's such a tight segment there. Basically what you saw happen is I had to do so many actions really quickly and get out of there as soon as possible before Hellkite could even, like, you know, smoke me down. And because I missed the tail cut, it was too risky to keep going forward without quitting out, resetting the aggro of Hellkite and trying again.
Yeah. And now we see our fight with the Black Knight, who's gonna drop us our weapon for the run.
Ooh,
and you
it's a real
actually
sword.
got a proper drop. So usually we use Gadget, which gives us a guaranteed drop off this weapon during practice rounds or events like these, so we don't have to keep resetting the run.
Yeah. So the drop rate for this is generally 20%, but with 1 humanity, it goes up to 26.7, which is why we popped that humanity before Hellkite there. And we actually got the sword, which I was not expecting for this run. But generally, it's always on a bad run that you get a real sword, so... That's the reality of farming Black Knight weapons, is that when everything goes wrong, the sword decides to drop.
Yeah. And then everything goes even more wrong after that. But I'm not going to put that out into the universe right now.
Oh,
That's
it's
Caster's
Dark
curse.
Souls. So the thing is that I was talking to Charlie about this before we started the run, but like literally I can practice a lot and Dark Souls can still be mean to me. I mean, that's just the reality of this run. So what we're going to do here is we're going to enter a segment with a lot of hollows, and they're actually going to be pretty brutal. We're going to perform an AI break where we actually make the enemies go AFK. It's a pretty particular setup, but I can show you how it looks like here. If we do successfully, they will not move at all. So in Dark Souls, for whatever reason, toggling your weapon can make you go invisible. And if you do it on the 151st frame, you become invisible to the enemy characters that are searching for the player every 5 seconds. And if you toggle your weapon at the right intervals here, we can actually go through this entire hollow room with them, for the most part, not knowing that we're even there. They activated towards the end there, which is fine. I must have messed up a toggle towards the end, but for the majority of it, they were completely AFK.
Yeah, that room is notorious for ending some runs because there's a lot of hollows that can get a little feisty.
Yep. So we're going to use the Drake sword to kill off the gargoyles. The gargoyles are really awful to fight early game, so I'm hoping this fight goes well. They've given us, honestly, the worst opening I could hope for, but we'll make it work somehow.
Hi, do you mind if I hop in? Because we have a couple of really special donations that came in that I would love to read to you, if that's okay.
Sure. In just a moment, please. Just after I finish this fight. This is not the greatest outcome here.
Get very finicky because the second gargoyle spawns as you're about halfway through the first one. So
I'm gonna quit out, actually. I really think that this is just a really bad fight, and I couldn't kill off the first gargoyle before the second one even spawned. I unfortunately, I do have a humanity. I'm gonna pop that for healing here. Because I ran out of Estus flasks, which can happen, but that was just a really bad fight. Had such bad opening.
The gargoyles tend to jump away a lot, and with the move swap that we've applied to our weapon, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, it makes it
a lot better.
Very difficult to hit the gargoyles sometimes, especially when they jump away a lot. But that was beautiful. He was stuck in that corner. Nothing he could do.
Yep, and there we go. That's them. That's
Very
what should have
nice,
happened the
very
first
nice.
time around. But if they slip away, they give you the slip, it gets so chaotic. And the second one spawns in if you don't kill the first one fast enough. And that is bad. But we managed it better there this time.
So we're going to ring the Bell of Awakening here, the very first one. If you want to read a donation or two, we can here.
Yes, this would be a good time.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for the time. We had $25 come in from a regular guy that says, I first started watching speedruns through Ash. She has always been so welcoming and accommodating to explaining everything for newcomers like me. And since then, I've been excited to catch GDQ events throughout the year. I knew I had to catch Ash's run today. So thanks, Ash, and good luck. You got this.
Oh, Greg, thank you so much.
And I'd like to give a quick shout out that we are less than $300 away from hitting $120,000 in total raised for this week. So keep up the great work, everyone. Get those donations in. Let's hit that milestone.
Yeah,
That's
let's go
awesome.
chat. So this is Lautrec. He's an awful character, but we also need something from him. We're going to try and kick him off, but kicking is actually the hardest thing that you can do in Dark Souls because you have to press forward on the analog stick and R1 at the same time. Not very easy to do. I'm going to get the Ring of Favor and Protection, commonly known as the Fab Ring, from this character because we're going to need it for expanding our stamina management here by getting more regen, which is fantastic for the move swap glitch that we do because the move swap glitch actually consumes so much stamina. While you get such a nice weapon that you can utilize with a lot of damage, you consume way too much stamina. It puts you in risky situations all the time. I had to go up there to the bonfire again really quickly because, like I said, I didn't pick up that soul just after Hellkite that I needed to get to 22 strength and 18 dexterity because it is the exact stats I need to wield the Black Knight Greatsword that we just farmed. So that's why I killed Lautrec. I got those 1,000 souls from him and his death, grabbed the ring, and then just went back to make sure that my level up is correct. So Charlotte, if you want to explain the segment, because I'm going to need to focus. Feel free.
So we're about to enter the infamous Blight Town, which a lot of us remember being 10 frames per second on Xbox and PS3. And Ash is going to make quick work of this segment by plunging. Hopefully. She's essentially going to jump off at a certain angle and then plunge attack while she's falling. And just before she lands, our character will actually re-enter the standing animation, and that allows us to then iframe dodge roll the fall damage that we would have taken otherwise. So this was actually a perfect first plunge and a good second one. Let's go. That's actually an extremely difficult trick to do because if your angle is at all different than what Ash just did, you're gonna end up pancaking on the floor.
Yes. You could get a very bad slope angle, and then you'll just not come out of that slope animation and not be able to roll, which happens a lot to me in runs, so I'm really happy it didn't happen now. So we just need a good Quelaag because she's coming up next. But, oh, Charlie, I totally didn't give you a chance to explain move swap here, but that's okay. All you really need to know is we're transferring the moveset of the rapier onto our Black Knight Greatsword via a glitch. And so now we're going to have the beautiful running attack of the rapier on the Black Knight Greatsword while maintaining the damage of the Black Knight Greatsword. And you're going to be able to see it come through really well here on Quelaag.
Yeah, so this fight generally tends to be all right if you can manage to hit her head and body and kind of keep her in the same spot that she's in. But sadly, she often does this where she'll jump away, which is obviously a little bit bad for our time. But she's giving us some attacks that we can manage. And with one more stab, she's down. Very nice, very nice. That's actually my favorite boss, but don't ask me why. Now, we are about to ring our second Bell of Awakening. And that's the first objective of the run completed.
Now we're going to move on to the second phase, but before that, we're going to do a few things. So, a warp was on no. We want that prompt to be on yes, so we can actually warp out. Head to the Firelink Shrine, and we're going to go talk to an NPC here called Petrus. Now, Petra sells some really important stuff for us that we're going to need for the wrong warp glitch that we're going to perform a lot later in the run. You're not going to need to know the details of it just yet. Just know we definitely need the stuff we're purchasing here. We're going to buy 2 spells. We're going to buy Force, and we're going to buy Homeward, and we're going to buy the tools that we need to be able to use these spells, which are 2 talismans.
Yeah. So real quick, because we have a second here, I just want to go into move swap just a second. Ash mentioned it at the very beginning, but move swap is specific to Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition runs. It does not exist in the remaster. It's just not possible. But essentially, because the bow is two-handed in Ash's left hand, and no other weapon can be left-handed, two-handed in the left hand. The game thinks, oh, there's still a bow in the left hand, so we're just going to apply the attacks from this other weapon in the right hand to our left hand. So that's why we get to see the rolling, plunging, and running animation of the rapier on our Black Knight Greatsword.
Right, it's just convenient that the bow is missing those attacks in particular, that it's forced to borrow it from the rapier, which is really good for us.
And we're just gonna. Sorry,
yes,
go ahead.
Here. No, you're good. Go ahead, Charlie.
Now we're just gonna take a quick stop at Andre's, and we're gonna upgrade our weapon to +5, which is the max amount, and then we're gonna go through Sen's Fortress.
Yep. So we duped our Twinkling Titanite just for this. This is going to deal all the damage that we need in the run. It's going to be quite a lot. And it's definitely a nice weapon to use because it's going to make quick work of Ornstein and Smo, Iron Golem, and Gwyn. And those are our last 3 bosses, believe it or not. But we're going to go through Sen's Fortress. This is pretty much a standard place in speedruns. And honestly, I'm just going to take my time focusing through it so I don't make anything stupid and talk through it. It's all cycle-based. It's just us managing our stamina and getting through the cycles because we know when they are and approaching them at the right time. So, Spef, if you want to read like maybe 2-3 donations, feel free.
Amazing timing because we just passed $120,000 total
Oh my God.
for the week. So
nice.
thank you everyone so much. Congratulations to the community, and I'm so happy that we just reached that total. We also had $25 come in from either Carl Germ or Carl Germ, and I apologize for the mispronunciation on either one of those. That just says, "Go Ash, go! I'm so excited to see you running Dark Souls at a GDQ. All the work you've put into this run has been so inspiring. You rock, Frankerzy."
Thank you so much, Carl.
Yeah, and as a reminder, we still have the bid war open for the ending choice. Right now, Link the Fire is in the lead by a significant margin, but we can still get there. If you would like to see the Dark Lord, please get those donations in. It is not over there. Like FFX Faith sent in $50 towards that ending that said, "Go forth, chosen undead. Trust in Darkstalker Kaith and bring about the Age of Dark."
I actually would like to see that ending.
It's the better ending, but Link the Fire is the faster ending, so I guess
just
we know
like
what chat's focused on.
Yeah, I like to disagree with my predecessors and try to bring new change into the world. So if darkness is what we need to embrace, let's do that.
I agree. Plus, it lets us, like, be the king, essentially. Or queen.
Right. Yeah, queen in this case. So I did the classic cursing of myself there, and I slowed down a little bit, just marathon situations. And because I slowed down in the thing I told you we're not supposed to slow down and we're supposed to go confidently through, I actually died. But it's no big deal because we took that safety bonfire in Undead Parish, and hopefully the rest of this will go rather smoothly. So at least you get the satisfaction that a speedrunner can also die, and you're not feeling like, oh wow, she's blazing through this game and going virtually untouched. But no, don't worry, we're still dying.
We all feel the touch of death in Dark Souls, and Sen's Fortress is just one of those areas where if you mess up at all, if you get a little bit greedy with running through those pendulums and stuff, it can knock you off easily. I should know. I make that mistake all the time, and it's of course always on a great run and a real run when I actually get the weapon drop. So
Yep, it's always like that. You make
Yeah.
the really silly mistakes when you're on like a good pace, a real sword, because leaderboard only accepts valid runs that have real sword drops, not ones injected into your game. So
Yeah.
it's like when that sword drops, you know, either everything is going to go really badly or somehow everything will work out. But it's mostly everything goes really badly.
It's definitely, you curse yourself when you get the sword because you get too excited about it. Some runners don't get swords for like 7 hours some days, so you're just grinding away at the run. And after 7 hours, you get the sword and then you fall off a ledge immediately. That's just how it goes.
The nice thing is speedrunning isn't all about leaderboards, and you can run for yourself, so it doesn't really matter if you use a tool that gives you the weapon, because then you can at least do speedruns. Anyways, this is Iron Golem. We're going to equip the Black Knight Greatsword, but we're not going to move swap it. We're just going to hold it regularly in our hand here, and hopefully, nope, didn't do it right there. If we timed our approach there correctly, I would have been able to hit him in the socks or his feet, just like at the back of his leg, and cause him to stagger. Oh wow, even that didn't cause him to stagger. Interesting. All right, we're going to quit out and do this fight again. That's okay. I lined that up poorly. It's a very tight approach. You have to do it quickly so you can stagger him perpendicular to the bridge. And then once he's staggered perpendicular to the bridge, you can hit him one more time and he will fall off. But I messed up that approach.
You have to hit him like directly into his feet. If you hit him slightly above his feet, it can often cause him to not stagger at all. But there we go. Perfect execution. He tumbles down, and to Anor Londo we go. This is where we're gonna get the Lord Vessel after defeating an infamous boss, and then pretty much we get to go to the end of the game, and that's it. We get to skip the bad part of the game. We get to skip the worst half of the game.
I like Artorias, and we don't actually get to see that anymore. It used to be that any percent runs actually had the DLC involved in it, but with the newfound wrong warp that we have, we just don't see Artorias anymore. We don't get to fight him. Very cool boss, but it's a lot faster now, so... Anyways, in Anor Londo, we're going to sit here at the bonfire because we have these enemies called Painting Guardians, and they can be absolutely brutal and end your run. Even if you're doing everything correctly, they will throw daggers at you and kill you. So we are going to take that for safety. And I'm trying to do as many like marathon safe strats here, everyone, just because it's such a brutal game. You just don't really want to be in the worst situation possible. And caught off guard. So we've seen a bunch of quit outs, like bosses and stuff like that, purely just because I'd rather not risk it, you know, and then I don't want to like bleed time trying to do some more risky stuff. So if we can take a safety, we absolutely will. Plus, it just gets to show you the variations of what could go wrong in a speedrun, which I think is rather cool. Not too often you get to see that when you watch people do resets and PB attempts. They'll just reset before things really have a chance to play out. So you really get to see like runners shine when they have to like think of the split-second decisions they have to make in a marathon run to make things go well. So these are raptors, so you can tell that they're throwing daggers at me. Hopefully none of them actually hit their mark. Okay.
Beautiful.
Seems like they were okay.
They were nice. They were nice. Yeah, the beauty about Dark Souls, especially if you run beginner strats and stuff, is there's a lot of ways to recover from a death, and I think it's great to be able to show off some of these ways here, just taking some safety bonfires and some backup strats and stuff, because yeah, you don't get to see that very often, and it makes the run so much more accessible.
Spef, can we get one quick donation, and then yeah, one quick donation would be great here.
Yeah, absolutely. Frostwad sent in $50 and said,
Oh my God.
Ash, I love your ability to go fast in a game I can't even begin to imagine playing in any speed. You're an inspiration to everyone, and I'm always happy to see you repping the Souls community. Love you so much. And very quickly, I also just want to give another shout out to the Ending Choice Bid War in case anybody wants to get your donations in for that. Please get those in before the end of the run.
Thank you so much, Frostwad. I appreciate that. Love you too. All right. So we're going to be quiet here, and this also this last bit of the stretch, so I can listen to the arrows. Oh, nice. He's going to give us a good RNG. Okay, so if you stand by this window here, these famous Silver Knight archers that everyone is plagued by in the run, he can sometimes unequip his bow, and he'll just run at you, and he'll fall right off that ledge, which is so satisfying. I hope that made everyone happy in chat to see them just make fools of themselves and run off the edge for us.
Vengeance!
Yeah, literally, if you want to watch the speedrun strat to doing that, it will make your life so much easier, even in your own first playthrough. So, do recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah, safety bonfire here because we're about to approach ONS, infamous boss, or bosses. And just in case they misbehave, I don't think they, I think the fight will go well, but just in case, we have ability to come back here and redo the fight really quickly.
Yeah, we've got 3 different openers that they can do here, and depending on the opener we get, we're gonna do something to work with it, essentially. Except one of the openers we're actually gonna quit out because it's such a bad opener that it makes it extremely difficult to do the fight, because you're essentially trying to keep Ornstein and Smo apart and focus on Ornstein without getting hit by the giant hammer that Smo wields.
We'll see what opening we get, and I'll indicate if it's a good one or not. But we're going to approach to the left of the fog gate here, very specifically to get them to react in a specific way. And they gave me the worst possible opening, the lightning one. So you can
feel like that
technically
was
do
a
this.
marathon curse.
Yeah, you can technically do this fight with a lightning opener. It's just very risky and hard to manage. So you can just quit out and do it again. We're just not going to have the really convenient opener here that I would like to have seen. Now I'm going to have to manage these two, and hopefully they don't come too close to each other.
Very nice.
Okay,
Very close there, but...
I just lost sight of Ornstein, and I missed one of my attacks, so it was hard to just finish him off. All right, we got counter hit there.
That was nice. That was awesome. Yeah, so the first phase is obviously the harder of the two. The second phase, unless Smo does his shovel attack 5 times in a row, you're generally okay.
He didn't do any shovels there, so that's lucky for us.
Yeah.
So we just got to make decent work of them. A little touch and go there with me missing some of the attacks, but that's okay. All right, here is Guinevere. She's the goddess of illusions. We need to kill her, unfortunately, dispel her illusion, because it's faster to do that than talk to her to be able to obtain the Lord Vessel, which is the second goal of this speedrun. So now we're moving to the final stretch and the end game of this run. But first we're going to do level ups, which are really important for 2 reasons. They're going to help us with the Gwyn fight, and they're going to give us the stats that we need to attune this magic that we got earlier, and be able to use it. So Charlotte, if you want to explain the wrong warp, now would be a great time for that.
Perfect. So the wrong warp is a technique that essentially allows you to warp to a different location than normally possible. So the game uses default locations of an area and stores them. And in our case, this is Firelink Altar and the Kiln of the First Flame, which is the final area of the game. They're essentially considered one area, and we're going to trick the game into thinking that that's our last area that we went to. So we're going to go back to Firelink and position ourselves on a branch using a precise bow setup. And once we're on top of the branch, we're going to spell swap Force with Homeward, so the 2 spells that we got earlier. And this is done by performing a double frame perfect input of using the spells while swapping between them. So it is an extremely precise strat. A lot of runners use keyboard and mouse for it because it is literally frame perfect. And if done right, you'll see that our hands will start glowing golden, and we have to be able to walk off the branch. It is extremely important. So you could see Ash walk off the branch there, touch the bonfire, then the game gets super confused about our location and puts us into the kiln, which is where we are now. Perfect timing.
Yes. Oh, speaking of which, now that we're in the kiln, we should definitely be closing the incentive for the ending choice here, because we're about to wrap this run up if nothing goes wrong.
All right, just let me know when you need to know the final on that ending choice.
You can tell me after the Gwyn fight, but we definitely need to be closing it like now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, this last section of the game is really just running past some Black Knights. They can be a little bit tricky. Sometimes they do some wonky things here and there, but overall, it's not too hard to manage. And then we're gonna approach the final boss, Gwyn.
And we can get a quick donation as well in the meantime.
Yep.
That we can do. We had a donation from Slowpoke that said, "Hey everyone, Slowpoke here. I am so excited for this Pokemon speedrun. Good luck to the runner, especially since I don't remember these rooms in End's Castle. I'm sure this is fine."
Thank you.
Incredible.
All right. Do you want to explain to Charlie as I hopefully get a good Gwyn here?
Absolutely. So we're entering the Gwyn boss fight here. We're going to roll to avoid any Black Knights hitting us through the fog gate. Then we're going to roll R1 into Gwyn, and we're going to keep him in the stagger loop by just consistently double hitting him, and hopefully he won't jump away. And that was a perfect Gwyn fight. No parries required. Just skill. All skill.
All right, that's actually Dark Souls, so now we actually need our ending choice because we're either going to link the flame or we're going to, yes, become the Dark Lord. So, Spef, if we can get that ending choice.
Yeah, we will be linking the fire.
Oh, okay, we're going to be resuming the age that Gwyn had started here before us. All right, we're going to let the cutscene play out as I link the fire. Thank you, everyone, for all the donations towards this and bidding towards the incentive and making this run possible. I'm gonna let this play out a little bit, but I definitely have some closing words.
And we can stop time here, I think.
Yes, right. I forgot to tell you to stop time in the credits. I don't know if that feels very comfortable, setting ourselves ablaze like that. We're already pretty dried out. I don't know.
I mean, you said your house is pretty cold right now, so you know.
Yeah, it does kind of warm me up a little bit with the visual fire here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's it. Incredible run.
Oh, it went so weird at the beginning, but we got through it. The major stuff that could have gone wrong didn't go wrong, but the weird stuff that shouldn't have gone wrong went wrong. You know, like
I mean, yeah, the prompt swap at the beginning there was a little funky, but you know.
Yeah, we cleared it. Like,
and
yeah, the first 8 minutes of this run are actually the hardest. Once you clear the first 8 minutes, like, and you're past gargoyles, everything should go okay after that. Like, the run eases up. But the first 8 minutes are the most reset heavy portions, and totally okay to have some difficulties. But yeah. So I have a few words that I kind of want to say. I actually wrote a list of like thank yous, so I don't forget anyone here. Just in like everyone that I wanted to thank after this run. But I want to thank Charlie. You did so incredible, and you really like tempered me during this run. It was so nice to have you here. I felt really soothed by your presence. Thank you so much for being my commentator.
no, thank you so much for having me. I had a blast.
I also want to thank my community because they show up for me every single day and they have such a massive heart, and I see a lot of them in chat and it's made me so happy. Thank you so much. Also my amazing partner who hypes me up like no one else. Such an incredible person. Gala, incredible gal who donated that beautiful Estes flask art that you can actually, was a minimum bid of $25 to get a chance to win. She made that art. It's so incredible. She's an amazing runner as well. If you don't know her, you should check her out. All of you Fatals out there, you can do anything that you set your mind to. I believe in you. Chat for being incredible energy and a huge impact on the world. Everyone behind the scenes and our host Spef, you were amazing. The Soul speedrunning community, they're the most amazing bunch of people I've met, and I love them a lot. And to all the femmes in our lives we look up to, I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for my mom and my grandma. who unfortunately passed away a year ago today. But I miss them I miss my grandma greatly, and I'm very grateful for their presence in my life because just wouldn't be who I am today. So definitely hold on to the femmes in your life and appreciate them and treasure them, and uplift them and empower them. And that's kind of all I really wanted to say, other than we would love to have you in the Dark Souls community. If any of you would love to learn this speed run, I showed the more accessible version of this run, and even if it looks difficult, I believe that you can do it. The community is really helpful and would be very ready to help you if you came into the Discord and asked us. And also, if you want to come by my streams and watch me do runs, I love talking about it. I can also show you a few things as well, so I'm more than happy to have you. And Charlie, do you want to say any closing words as well?
Yeah, for sure. Now, I want to thank you, Ash. I think this has been a blast. This is my second time really commentating any event. Last time it was Hitless. This time it was speedruns. And I look forward to racing you.
Yes.
We are hopefully going to race some Prepare to Die versus Remaster sometime
Yes, that's going to be fun because the any percents are same but different. So it'll be really cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's going to be a great comparison. And I just want to thank everyone in my community. I know some of y'all woke up at 2 a.m. for this, which is, I know Ash stayed up until 2 a.m., to maybe 3 a.m. even for this. So you guys are great. And thank you to everyone. I appreciate everyone here. And I'm so happy we all got to hang out today. Oh, and also, if you want to check me out, I sometimes stream Dark Souls speedruns as well. It's charlybitmey with a Y. You know, like the meme from the kid and the finger. You know, you get it.
All right, I think I'm done.
Yeah, me too.
Good evening. Tonight, we've prepared something special for you, our final prize segment of Frost Fatales 2024. And we call it the Frost Fatales 2024 Retrospective in Tapestry Bundle. That's maybe it's a little stuffy, I think.
Okay.
We can work on it.
Want to workshop it?
Before we start, I just want to tell all of you that a $50 minimum donation starting right now will get you entered in to win everything we're about to talk about right now. And boy, howdy, is there a lot to talk about. That means as long as you donate $50, starting with this price segment and all of Paper Mario, you are entered to win the Retrospective in Tapestry Bundle. I promise that name will make sense.
Absolutely. And thank you to everyone who has donated so far today. But we really want to keep pushing because all of this is going to the National Women's Law Center, making our world a better place. And, of course, our amazing prizes. What would you like to get started with?
Well, we got to start with the Eevee in the room, the biblically accurate Eevee in the room. You know her, you love her. It's the murder weapon Eevee.
Absolutely. And eyes included, I think.
I do not know if the eyes will be included. Eyes will be included. I'm getting signal. The eyes will be included. So if you want these genuine studio eyes in your home, now is your chance. Get a $50 donation in right now. Thank you so much to an anonymous donor for sending us the Eevee murder weapon.
Absolutely. And of course, we have our friend the Yeti here, sent to us by the Yeti, one of our merch sponsors. This is your reminder. If you haven't gotten your Yeti order in, do that now. We have so much stuff referencing our murder mystery theme. We've got a pin, a patch, a shirt, and a hoodie even.
We have the absolutely incredible hydrating kitty sticker. It is so good. If you have not seen it, go check it out.
Absolutely. Please get your... it's only available till tomorrow, but you should just get it in today and donate $50 and you're set.
True. Next up, we have the Frame Fatales 3D printed logo sent in to us by Cyanide Sugar. I love our new logo so much. I am obsessed with it. I take every opportunity to put it on every single thing I can. You can see that it is a 2-layer print here, so the Fatales really sticks out.
Yeah, the Fatale sticks out. The frame is in the negative here.
Yeah.
Faith looks fantastic. Purple and yellow, the colors of our whole event. I really, really love this prize.
You could stick it to a wall. You could stick it to Eevee's eyes, I guess. Whatever you think is the best place to show off your love for Frame Fatales, this is a great way to do it.
Absolutely. We also have a book set from Fangamer. We've got 5 different books here, including 2 Legends of Localizations editions, other books regarding translations in video games, and we also got a little kids book here, which I love showing off. I'm stuck in a video game for maybe, your young Fatal at home.
I think that if you could hold up the Legend of Localizations books again.
Absolutely. These textbooks?
These are so nice. Like the binding on them, these are like you put those in a shelf and they're like, ooh, what are these reference volumes you have there?
Absolutely.
They're absolutely gorgeous. You put this on a coffee table, whoever you're hanging out with, they're going to be like, I feel like I can't read them because I don't want to be rude, but I really want to. And now you've put them in an interesting dilemma, and that's kind of fun.
It really is fun. $50 gets you in for that. And everything we've talked about and everything we're about to talk about. Don't forget,
now,
$50.
We just saw that absolutely incredible Dark Souls run by ashewyn. And if you're a fan of Dark Souls, and especially the Dark Souls lore, you're going to want this Artorias the Abyssal Walker statue. It looks so good. According to Scent, this is my favorite boss in Dark Souls.
Wow, that's so nice of him to let you know.
I was very nice of Scent to tell me that information.
And that run was incredible. This prize is incredible. Get your donations in now. We just have one more run, so time is coming short. I also want to talk about this amazing print that we have here from the Hollow Knight. It is so, so gorgeous here. We have a scene with the Knight and Hornet up top.
I love that the way that the red of Hornet like really glows in the foreground here, draws your eyes' attention. You could see just the difference, like the contrast between the vessel at the bottom, Hornet on the top. Absolutely beautiful print.
So stunning.
You are going to want to remember this one. Save it, put a pin in it, as they say.
All right, good to know, good to know.
Who's sending that one in, Court?
That is from Janelle Dumoulin. Thank you so
much. And in fact, that is not the only thing that they sent to us for this retrospective and tapestry bundles. You've seen them behind us the entire time. These are 2 of the 3 tapestries that you will win. These are absolutely huge. 50 inches by 60 inches. They're so gorgeous. You can see Frisk here with Sans from Undertale. Sans Undertale.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure.
That's his name.
Right. Naomi had an amazing run showcasing
Groove Coaster, YY, party.
I always remember the YY party part because it's
I always remember the Groove Coaster party because I love Groove Coaster.
That run was incredible. We, of course, had Sonic Adventure DX by Risu. We've got a Sonic tapestry here. Love both of these scenes so much. So iconic.
I always forget that if we could get if we could just tilt up a little bit. I'm sorry to give these directions, but I really need to hit.
There he is.
There he is. There's the egg moo. What is the name of this?
Eggman?
No, that's not Eggman. That's one of Eggman's many robot moon things. I should know this. It's not the Ark. I don't know. The Death Egg. Thank you, disembodied voice from behind me. I always every time I see it, I'm like, yeah.
You forget about it, and then you look up, and you're just like, oh my gosh, just the details of everything. Look, there's Toriel up there. Do you notice her?
Oh, I did not notice Toriel. Okay, see? That's what I'm saying. Every time you look, there's a new detail that you didn't know was there. And once again, $50 minimum donation. Get it in. You'll be entered to win everything we talked about, including these 2 tapestries and the 3rd secret tapestry. Take the pin out. We're done with the pin. Throw it away. Where's the 3rd tapestry? I don't know. We need another person to hold the tapestry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. We can keep talking about some of these more incredible prizes. And I want to emphasize, it's not like $50 and you get entered to win maybe Eevee, maybe the book. It's a bundle. If you win this, you will win all of this.
There's over $1,000 in tapestries in this bundle. But $50 minimum donation, and they could all be yours. That is the tapestry deal of a lifetime.
Absolutely. And of course, when you donate, you're going to want to put that towards some of our incredible incentives that our runners have been preparing for us. Thank you to everyone who has helped us meet those incentives all week. It really makes a difference for our event. The runners get to show off things they're super excited about. Of course, we have the Attack FX that we're going to see from Jaycog.
In fact, we're going to Attack FX
C. Oh, fantastic. And all of the other incentives that you'll wanted to see coming up soon.
The 3rd tapestry, by the way, is of this. It is this print in tapestry. And once again, details at the top. There's always details at the top.
Every single time. The detail is just absolutely beautiful. And so, additionally, we want to talk about the prizes that we have open all day today in case you want to look at some of those. Because when you donate for our bundle, you're still going to get entered into our other prizes for today. So we want to talk about some Stardew Valley chickens, I think. Oh,
chicken 1, chicken 2.
Oh,
They can fly. Chickens, fun fact.
So, of course, Stardew Valley banger runs earlier today. The community is absolutely incredible, and so are these prizes. Meg Solo, thank you for making these and sending these out to us. It's a pair of two. $10 minimum donation. But just get 50 in. Get 50.
Look the
Don't
chicken
worry
in the
about
eyes.
it.
Look the chicken in the eyes. You should donate $50 right now. Think about it. You could be entered in to win so many amazing prizes. That's what chickens sound like.
Wow, thank you. I'm really, that was incredible.
I love birds. I got to know this.
That's true. We also have from Charm Strange Crochet. Great job. Grusha-inspired hat and scarf. Amazing. Pokemon Sword and Shield one we saw earlier from Greta Ice Vixen. And, of course, keeping with the Pokemon trend, we have these gorgeous set of prizes.
Can you hold this Pokeball? I just want to really show how long the scarf is. In fact, I don't think it'll fit. Nope, they made it fit. Our tech team is so good. You could if you've ever seen, if you know Grusha from Scarlet Violet, the number of times that he wraps the scarf around him, you could do it that many times as well because this is such a long scarf.
It's perfect.
I live in the Midwest, and in the Midwest, it gets very, very cold. And I am jealous of whoever wins this prize because I could use something to warm me up a little bit. I get really cold.
Absolutely. The pair is $25 minimum donation. But again, just do 50. Just throw in 50. It gets you into everything, and you don't have to worry about it. I think we got one more plushie coming onto the scene.
The Wacka?
The Wacka.
Now, where's the Wacka from?
Paper Mario.
Now, what are we going to see next?
Paper Mario.
Now, during what run could you get a $50 minimum donation in and be entered to win every single prize we're talking about here?
Wait, I got to think about that for a second. Can you hold it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Paper Mario.
There we go. Court got it in one.
I'm so happy. And you can get it in $25 minimum donation. Thank you.
Thank you, Cancer's Creation, for sending in that one. We have a couple more that we want to talk about here.
Absolutely. We have this shield for us, which I believe was sent in by Stellara.
From Magical AF Boutique.
From Magical AF Boutique, and also the maker of our incredible chainmail.
We'll get there.
Spoilers. But yes, I absolutely love this. The Pokemon Sword Shield. The detailing on this, the colors.
I love the name of this prize of the Pokemon Sword
Shield.
It is a shield with the sword on it from Pokemon Sword. Very good.
Very, very good. $25 minimum donation for this. But Stellara didn't just send that in. Also sent this gorgeous Gamer Pride scale mail drape. We've got the Progress Pride flag here. And a detail I really love about this is obviously the scales are this beautiful shimmering. They're all put together.
They sound so good.
They do. And then up top, these little chains are also rainbow colors.
I didn't notice that. Once again, always look up top. That's what I'm saying.
Always.
Prize pro tip, always look at the top.
Absolutely. The more you look at these prizes, the more you realize just how incredibly special they are. Just like every single person who sends these in. The time and talent that you all put in to make this marathon better, to showcase just all the games we love so much. Thank you to all of the prize donors.
Thank you to everyone. Thank you to Janelle for giving us all of the tapestries as well as the print to put in to make our retrospective in tapestry bundle possible. Otherwise, it would just be a retrospective bundle. It would not be in tapestry. They're so good.
Like we said, $1,000 worth of tapestries in this bundle. $50
so many
minimum
tapestries
donation.
That we couldn't show all of them off today. I thought we were going to, but we're not.
Thank you so much also to the people behind the tapestries.
Who could they be?
And everyone who has been here making these prize segments possible, not just the donors, the people producing it, people helping us out on cameras, the people standing on these stepladders holding up these tapestries for probably, as we've been talking way too long.
It's hard to not talk for way too long about all the amazing prizes we get sent in.
It's just so incredible. And we got to talk about our grand prize.
We do have to talk about our grand prize. If you haven't seen it, Sky Berkson sent us in a truly one-of-a-kind miniature of Queen's Gardens Respite from Hollow Knight. I think I went back to Respite. We saw that run by Somni yesterday. It was so incredible.
If you didn't catch that run, after the event ends, please sit down with a nice cozy coffee and just sit and watch the entire run because that was an impressive display of skill.
And there is no better way to celebrate such an incredible run than such an incredible miniature.
Yep.
Truly, nobody does it like Sky Berkson does. The attention to detail on every single millimeter of this is unparalleled.
It's gorgeous.
I can't get over the fact that he made sure to put the what's it called? The lattice work on the inside as well as the outside. So when you stare through it, it truly looks like it is a piece of wood with glass in it. Just that is not something I would have ever considered.
I wouldn't have ever thought of to do that either. And all just the detailing on that is incredible. You can see it here, but you can also get more photos of it if you go to gamesdoneclick.com/prizes to see the full album. And you can also see every single prize we talked about today, because I know we've talked about a lot.
We have.
If you want to look at every single item that is in our retrospective bundle, gamesdoneclick.com/prizes. Check them all out.
And we just want to remind you all one last time, $50 minimum donation from now until the end of Paper Mario gets you entered into win everything we talked about. And if you donate a total of $200 over the week, that'll get you entered to win that one-of-a-kind, truly unique miniature.
Absolutely. And the most important thing, the reason why we're all here, is raising money for charity.
That is true.
We've raised over $122,000 for the National Women's Law Center. This is the first time that we're working with them, and I am so excited to be able to help promote their work, to be able to fight for the rights of women and girls that we deserve. Like, all of the photographers working in this event are impacted by the laws that are getting passed around the country. They want to fight for us, and these donations will help them do that. So thank you so much to the National Women's Law Center for partnering with us, the work that you do, and every single donation is making their mission more possible.
We truly cannot reiterate enough how important all of your donations are to us and all of your support. It truly is, it's moving. And I don't know how else to put it.
I don't either. And with that said, I really do think that our time on the prize couch might be coming to a close.
That is true. That is all we have to talk to you about prizes for the rest of the event. But it's time for Wacka.